What if your entire life, everything you see, everything you touch, everyone you know, is just a shadow, a memory of an old assumption you once held? And what if you could select a new one, right now, in this very moment? You were not born to be a victim of your reality. You were not born to observe it. You were born to command it. You have a power within you that is infinite. It is the creator of worlds. It is your own wonderful human imagination. And today, you will learn how to use it. By the end of this journey, you will not be asking for your empire. You will be assuming it. Stop looking outside. Stop waiting. The power you are seeking is not in the sky, not in a book, not in another's voice. It is within you. It is your own wonderful human imagination. This is the operant power. This is the I am. When you say I am, you are announcing God. And where does this God live? In your imagination. It is the very essence of creation itself. It is the eternal force that molds the reality you see before you. The entire world, everything you perceive as solid and real, was first just an idea. It was imagined. This power isn't a power. It is the power. It is the creator, the source, and the substance of all life. You are not a human with an imagination. You are imagination. You are God, individualized, experiencing your own creation. And the moment you truly grasp this, the chains fall. You believe the world is solid. You believe circumstances are fixed. You believe history is an immovable fact. But I am telling you, the only thing that is real is your consciousness, your imagination. The world you walk through is a shadow. It is a mirror, reflecting what you have assumed to be true within. It must. It has no choice. You are sculpting your life, every second, with the chisel of your imagination. If you do not like what you see, you do not try to break the mirror. You change the object being reflected. You change your inner state. You are the potter, and the world is the clay. It must yield to your assumption. It must conform to the shape you give it in your inner world. This is the law, not a suggestion, but the absolute, immovable law of being. Your imagination is the force that shapes and molds this fluid reality. Look at the great empires, the monuments, the art, the corporations. Where did they come from? Did they spring from the earth? No, they sprang from the mind of a man or a woman who dared to assume. They existed first as a vision. They were built, brick by brick, in the realm of consciousness before a single stone was laid in the outer world. That magnificent structure, it was first just a feeling, a persistent assumption. That sprawling organization, it was first an inner conversation, a scene, held steadfastly in the imagination of its creator. Those who built empires were not special. They were not chosen. They simply understood, consciously or unconsciously, that imagination is God. They did not bow to the evidence of their senses. They defied it. They dared to dream, and they remained loyal to that dream. So, you want to build an empire. Where do you begin? Do you rush for loans? Do you seek validation? Do you write a plan based on current reality? No. You go within. You build it there first. You must construct it perfectly in the realm of your own consciousness. You must see it. You must walk through it. You must feel the weight of its success in your hands. This is not daydreaming. This is creation. This is the real work. The outer work is just the inevitable result, the bridge of incident that follows the inner construction. You must build your empire in your imagination so completely, so vividly, that it feels more real than the world you currently see. You must saturate your mind with the feeling of, it is done. Because in that realm, the only real realm, it is done. The power that does this is your own awareness, your I am. When you say I am successful, I am sovereign, I am the head of this empire, you are not hoping, you are declaring, you are commanding the infinite power within you to reshape the world in accordance with that state. You are selecting a new reality. Most people beg, they plead with an external God, but the true mystic, the true creator, knows that imagination and God are one. You simply assume the state. You feel the reality of it. You sleep in that assumption. You walk in that assumption. This is the foundational power. It is not something you acquire. It is something you are. You already are this power. Now, you must simply awaken to it. So, you must act as if you are going to build an empire. What does this mean? It is the great secret. The law of assumption. This is not pretending. This is not faking it. That is a child's game. This is a profound, mystical shift in consciousness. To act as if means to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is the bridge. It is the selection of your desired reality. You are not trying to get something. You are not asking. You are declaring, through your state, that you already have it. That it is done. This is the only way to creation. You must identify yourself with the person you desire to be. You must assume that state, and you must live in that state. This is the crucial distinction. Most people are praying for something. They are striving toward a goal. They are standing on the outside of their desire, looking in, hoping. This is failure. This is why their prayers are not answered. You must stop striving. You must be it. You must live from the end, not toward the end. How would the emperor walk? How would he think? How would he react to the news? He would not be anxious. He would not be needy. He would be sovereign. You must occupy that state now. You must step into the shoes of the person who has already achieved it. This isn't pretending, which is a lie to yourself. This is assumption, which is a higher truth, a selection of a reality that already exists. And the key is the feeling. It is not a dry intellectual process. You cannot just think, I am successful, and expect results. You must feel it. What would success feel like right now? Relief, confidence, a quiet, expansive joy, a sense of sovereignty. You must capture that specific feeling. You must carry yourself with that confidence. This changes your self-concept. You are no longer John Smith who wants to build an empire. You are John Smith, the builder of empires. Your inner conversations must change. Your reactions to the world must change. You are that man. You are that woman. You are. I am that. This works because it is a universal law. When you act as if, you are aligning your inner being with the frequency of your desire. You are moving into a new state. All states, poverty, wealth, failure, success, are permanent possibilities in the infinite I am of your consciousness. They already exist. You are not creating the state, you are merely selecting it. You are choosing which state to occupy. By assuming the feeling, you move into that new mansion of consciousness. You lock the door to the old state. And once you have moved in internally, once you have made that assumption your home, the world must rearrange itself to show you your new residence. This inner act of assumption is the only cause. Everything you see in your real world, that is just the shadow. That is the echo of your previous assumptions. It is the past. That is why you must disregard the evidence of your senses. Your senses are only showing you what was. Your assumption, your acting as if, is decreeing what will be. You must be loyal to this unseen reality, this inner state. You must live from it, because that is the only creative power there is. But this leads to an even deeper revelation, the very nature of consciousness itself. Here is what changes everything. You have been taught that the outer world is the cause, that circumstances shape you. This is the great lie. The world you see, the objective reality, is a shadow, nothing more. It is a projection. The only reality, the only substance, is your own consciousness. Your I am. You are not in the world. The world is in you. It is a perfect, flawless mirror, reflecting back to you exactly what you are assuming to be true within. You cannot change the reflection by striking the mirror. You cannot change your world by fighting your circumstances. The attempt is futile. It is wasted energy. To change your external reality, to build that empire, you must first change your inner state of being. The cause is within. The effect is without. Always. This is the law. The world is fluid. It is putty in the hands of your I am. It is waiting, always waiting, for your direction. If you assume failure, the world hardens and conforms to the shape of failure. If you assume lack, the world obediently rearranges itself to present you with lack. It must. But if you assume, truly assume, the state of the emperor, the state of the builder, the world has no choice. It must yield. It will twist and bend and move heaven and earth to bring that assumption into your physical view. Your consciousness is the sculptor. Your assumption is the blueprint. The physical world is just the marble. It must obey the blueprint. You are not a victim of your world. You are its only source. You are its only God. But how? How do you command this change? You do it by impressing the subconscious mind. The subconscious, and this is the womb of creation. This is the fertile ground where the seeds of reality are planted. Your conscious mind is the watchman, the gardener that selects the seed. But the subconscious is the power. It is the operant power that makes the seed grow. It does not argue. It does not judge good or bad. It accepts whatever you impress upon it as fact. And its only function, its divine function, is to objectify, to make real, to build the world from that fact. If you impress upon it, I am weak, it builds a world of weakness. If you impress upon it, I am sovereign, it will build your empire. The most potent time to plant this seed, the moment the watchman is drowsy, is the state just before sleep, that divine interval, the state akin to sleep. Here, the door to the subconscious is wide open. You do not force, you do not struggle, you do not analyze, you simply feel. You must vividly imagine your desire as real. You construct a scene, a short, simple scene, which implies your wish is already fulfilled. Not the act of getting it, but the state of having it. Perhaps a friend is congratulating you on your success. Perhaps you are feeling the solid weight of the key to your new headquarters. You must feel it. The feeling is the key. You must feel the relief, the joy, the absolute knowing. It is done. You take this single, simple scene, this feeling of, it is done, and you immerse yourself in it. You loop it, gently, over and over again. You lull yourself to sleep in that state. You must feel yourself in the imaginal scene, not just watching it as if on a screen. You are there. It is real. It is real now. As you drift off to sleep, you are impregnating the subconscious mind. You are planting the seed of your empire. You do this night after night. You sleep as the person you desire to be. You have died to the old state and been born into the new. And that seed, impressed upon the subconscious, it will grow. It will objectify. It will become your physical reality. That is the law. But you will wake up. You will wake up into the world that your old assumptions built. The world will scream at you that your empire is a fantasy. Your senses will show you the exact opposite of what you have assumed. This is the test. This is the moment where most men turn back. Acting as if does not mean ignoring your present reality. You do not sit in a room and visualize while refusing to pay your bills. No, that is delusion. It means you approach your current circumstances with a new consciousness. You see the facts of your 3D world, but you know they are not the truth. The truth is what you did in imagination. The truth is your assumption. Your current reality is just a shadow, a memory of your old self. You must not bow down to it. You may be in an entry-level job. You may be sweeping floors. How does the emperor sweep the floor? He doesn't do it with resentment, dreaming of one day. He does it with sovereignty. He does it as the CEO of his life. He knows this action, this bridge of incident, is a necessary part of the unfolding. He approaches every task, no matter how mundane, with the mindset of the head of the empire. He is not trying to become the CEO. He is the CEO, currently managing this specific detail. This inner state, this nobility of the soul, changes the very nature of the act. You are not faking it. You are being it. You are living from the end. You infuse your present moment with the feeling of your fulfilled desire. This is how you make the present moment holy. And then the obstacles will come. Of course they will. They are the remnants of your old thinking. The old state does not die without a fight. You will receive a rejection, a bill you cannot pay. Someone will laugh at your vision. This is the crucial moment. Do you react? Do you fall back into fear? Into anger? Into the I am not worthy state? If you do, you have returned to Egypt. You have given up your crown. When faced with these challenges, you are not to succumb. You are not to fight the shadow. You must immediately return to your inner throne. You must return to your imaginal state, the only reality, and reaffirm your vision. You must remind yourself, this is not the truth. The truth is my assumption. It is done. Here is the practical technique. When the shadow appears, a problem, a setback, a fear, you stop. You do not react. And you ask yourself this profound question: how would I see this situation if my empire were already built? And you will get an answer. From the perspective of the emperor, this problem is not a wall. It is a stepping stone. It is a minor detail to be managed. This insult is not a threat. It is the noise of the wind. This question instantly shifts your perspective. It lifts you out of the state of the victim and places you firmly in the state of the creator. It moves you from the problem to the solution. You see the world from your wish fulfilled. This is the definition of power. This is what it means to live in the end. It is a persistent, moment-to-moment choice. It is a glorious battle against your own doubts. You must not give in. When fear arises, you return to the feeling. When the world denies you, you return to the assumption. You walk as if you are already the person you desire to be. You think from that end. You make your decisions from that end. You are not trying to manifest. You are simply expressing who you already are in the only world that matters, your own consciousness. This discipline, this loyalty to your unseen vision, is the only price you pay for your empire. But this leads to the most important question: why? Why this power? Now go deeper. You have learned how to build this empire. You have learned that your imagination is the operant power, that your assumption is the law, and that your consciousness is the only reality. But here is the final revelation. Why? Why are you given this power? Is it for ego? Is it to prove your worth? Is it for arrogance? To build walls and tower over others for selfish gain? No. 1,000 times, no. That is the path of the tyrant. That is the misuse of the power. That is the old way of thinking, the old state. If you build an empire purely for self-aggrandizement, it will crumble, because it is built on the shallow ground of the ego, not the infinite bedrock of the I am. The true power, the divine power, is never found in taking. It is found in giving. It is found in service. This is the responsibility that comes with this knowledge. You are the I am. You are God individualized. And the nature of God, the nature of your own wonderful human imagination, is to create, to expand, to give. The empire you build is not meant to be your prison. It is meant to be your platform. It is the means through which you express your divine nature. As you rise into your assumed state, you must cultivate the attributes of that state. You must cultivate wisdom. You must cultivate compassion. You must cultivate responsibility. You are not just building a structure of stone or finance. You are building a testament to your own awakened consciousness. You are proving the law to yourself, and you must do it with integrity. Your vision, your true vision, will never be a selfish one. If you go deep enough, you will find that the empire you are called to build is not just for you. It is meant to have a positive impact on the world. It is meant to improve lives. It is meant to solve the problems that your old self saw as impossible. Your empire should be a source of light, a place of innovation, creation, and value. You are given this infinite creative power not to hoard, but to share. The more you understand this, the faster the walls of your empire will rise, because you will be working with the divine law of life, not against it. You become an instrument, a willing channel for the infinite potential within you. This is the higher purpose. This is not about getting. This is about being. When you assume the state of the emperor, you must also assume the responsibility of the emperor. You must care for those within your kingdom. Your success must lift others. Your power must empower others. This is the shift from me to we, understood at the highest level. Your empire is your unique contribution to the world. It is the problem you were born to solve. It is the art you were born to create. It is the service you were born to render. It is your specific, magnificent expression of the one I am. You are not just building a business. You are fulfilling your divine purpose. So, do not be afraid to dream big. Do not be afraid to assume the grandest version of yourself. Your empire is your destiny calling. By building it, by daring to live from that assumption, you are participating in the grand creative process of the universe. You are not a pawn. You are a co-creator. You are expressing the infinite potential that lies asleep within you. You are awakening. You are remembering who you already are. You are God, awakening to the fact that all of this entire world, is your own creation, and it is waiting. waiting for you to command it, with love, with wisdom, and with a state of fulfillment. The old version of you is finished. You are no longer the person who wants the empire. You are the consciousness that is the empire. You are not manifesting. You are selecting. What you feel now becomes your next reality. So I ask you, what inner state are you ready to assume today? What divine reality have you been denying yourself? Let me know in the comments below. What did you feel shift inside you while listening to this? Subscribe to this channel. Activate the notifications, because this is not the end. It is a doorway. And if this woke something up in you, wait until you see the next video. Click it now and go deeper.